Hi, this is Chris from Bilbao Board Games, and in this video we're going to play through a session of Legends Unbound. This is a solo bag building puzzle game I created. In the game you're going to pick your antagonists, add their traits to the bag. In order to complete these conflicts, you're trying to complete them all before either time runs out, your health runs out, or all the flaws are added to your bag. There's also going to be an antagonist. They're going to complicate things for you a little bit, but that's the overall gist of the game. I'm not going to spend too much time going on the rules, especially, this is a working prototype, and I'll get to that a little bit. But I'm going to talk out loud as we go, so you can definitely get a feel for the game. So like I said, the first thing you're going to do is pick your protagonist. In this case, I went with Captain Nemo. He's from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And you can see that here's the start of his core traits right here. We're going to use these to draw from the bag in order to solve conflicts. But you can also see he actually has 5 flaws. I had to increase that. Those are not good. And if you draw an additional 5, because there's only 10 in the game, that's one way you lose. He also has 4 health, which isn't bad. Now let's take a look at his abilities. He's got 2, calculated precision. That's going to let us redraw a tile from the bag once per turn, which is pretty cool. There's also this command under pressure. Ignore what it says there. What's going to happen is if you have more than one conflict active, meaning we made progress towards it, we get to ignore the penalty of one. So that's going to be really helpful. The conflict I went with is Frankenstein, the novel. We're looking at it from Dr. Frankenstein's perspective. There is a monster one, but in this case, we're just doing regular Dr. Frankenstein. In this case, let's take a quick look at the cards. So first thing I want to point out is that there is this progress value up on top. And this is how much progress you're going to need to make in order to complete this conflict. In order to make progress, right, we're going to have to draw those traits from our bag. And it indicates right here how much traits you'll need in order to make a progress. So in this case, we either need 2 willpower, which is like these flaming torches, or in this case, 1 composure and 1 endurance. So you're going to need, see, this is 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2. So you're going to need 2 of them to make 1 progress there. So either 2 willpower or 1 of each in order to make 1. Every conflict is going to come with a benefit. In this case, it's an ending benefit, so we'd get that once it's been completed. Others have a starting benefit, and you get that as soon as you make progress towards it. And they're also going to have a burden, I think like a penalty. So in this case, we'd have to add a flaw to our bag per the story tracker level. In this case, we only have 4 levels to our story tracker, and that's kind of like a timer. And you can see here it actually increases the penalty. But yeah, you can get a feel for the game just looking at this. You're going to have to look at the burdens, too, of each of these. In this case, with Frankenstein novel, there's a lot of burdens that actually force you to add flaws to your bag. So the fact that Captain Nemo is already starting at 5 flaws means it's going to be a little bit tricky, which you have to be extra careful. But of course, too, there's other ways that they're running out of time or losing health. But I think it's the flaws in this case that we have to be careful about. And finally, you pick a antagonist. In this case, I chose the Red Queen from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So she naturally, she has some abilities as well. And in this case, one of them is off with their head. So we're going to actually add 3 antagonist tiles to our bag. And if we draw 1 of them, we're going to have to discard a trait that we drew. And if we draw 2 of them, or more, I guess, 1 of these tiles are going to go on any conflict we want, and it's just going to make it 1 more progress. So if we add that here, instead of 2, it'd be like 3, right? So it should all make sense as we play, but I think that covers it. So I already have a lot of tiles out. Sort them never takes too long, but I just wanted to get ahead of it a little bit. So these are all the traits, the flaws. Here's our flaws for our character, the antagonist tiles for our antagonist, and every antagonist and protagonist are going to have different abilities, maybe some different setup. But whoops, that's it though. So now what we're going to do, geez, a lot of tiles. A lot of tiles is good too, actually, because that's going to keep the round going a little bit longer. It's another thing to keep in mind as you're playing. Once each turn you're going to draw 5 tiles. If you can't draw 5, then the round ends. And then our story tracker would increase by 1. If it gets past 4, we would lose the game. So in this case, though, we got a decent amount in here, so I don't think we have to worry about running out of time. But some of the other characters you might. Anyway, let's get started. So we're shaking it up. Oh man, my floor just fell out. All right, so here we go. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. All right. So yeah, right off the bat, we got 3 flaws. Usually these are just kind of clunk up your space, junk up your hand. Although in this case, it's good that we got 3. I'll get to that in just 1 second. But we also have 2 might. So if we were to look here, we want to look for any conflicts that require a might. So see, in this case, it each requires 1, which is, you need to make 2 progress. In order to do that, we'd either need 4 resourcefulness or 2 strength. Not like, we don't have to do it all in 1 turn, but in this case, it's pretty cool because we have 2. So why don't I just put these down for a minute? So we have 2 mights, which means we can make 2 progress. So right off the bat, we just cleared this one. So why don't I just discard these? I can put up here for now, I guess. So we, on our first hand, not bad. Captain Nemo did pretty well. We completed this one, harvesting corpses, right? And it's a starting benefit, but in this case, it could have been ending. It didn't really matter because we complete it. Let's see what we can do. We can draw 1 core trait to our bag, or swap up 2 discarded tiles for traits, willpower, and or composure. So, I actually want to take a look. Let's see what we need. So, a lot of them need this endurance. I'm seeing endurance. So that's actually not bad, except, well, yeah, I guess willpower or composure. Willpower is the torch right there. So there's a few that need willpower, and composure is these waves. So 2 of them need waves. I think actually I'm gonna choose, instead of getting rid of 2 of our discard tiles, I'm just gonna go with this first option here, and I'm going to add endurance. Oh, except I can't. So a core trait, by the way, it's anyone that has a value right here. Endurance is this mountain. We don't actually have it, so we can't do that. We can't add it to our bag. In that case, just to keep things going quickly, I'm going to add 1 core trait. I'm just going to add the willpower. We'll just go with that. We probably want to take more time with these decisions, but I already spent a lot of time just going through that. So we're just going to do that, and it says add it to your bag. Okay. So flip that over. We completed it. We're going to add this one to our bag. And now, getting back to, remember I said we drew these 3 flaws. Usually these just junk up your hand. In this case, when you draw 3 or more in a single turn, you discard them, but you also get to draw a redemption card. So we can draw it. We have to use it this round. So let's take a look. This is Grace Through Sacrifice. Complete any conflict that has only 1 progress remaining, then discard 3 traits from your bag. Okay. So that's pretty cool, but we need to at least make enough progress to some conflict this round so that we can use it. So I want to leave this face up over here, so remember we have it. If not, when the round ends, we have to discard it. But that signals the end of the turn, because we don't have to worry about doing any burdens. Okay, so let's just keep it going. So let's redraw. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have another flaw, just 1 this time, so that can get discarded. And then we've got 2 resourcefulness, willpower, and a might. So, 2 resourcefulness. Let's see, does anything need 2 resourcefulness? No, none of these conflicts need resourcefulness, which is unfortunate. So they're kind of useless right now. However, we can always discard 4 traits to make 1 progress to any conflict regardless of what the requirements are. And maybe we'll have to do that this time. But let's see, we have a might and a willpower. There's the might, is the little muscle person. So we can make 1 there. Willpower. Okay. So that needs 2 willpower. That needs 1 plus the endurance. We don't have any endurance in our bag because that wasn't a trait. We can only carry over 1 tile in between turns too, because we're only at a story tracker level 1. If it was more than that, we'd carry more. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. No matter what, we're gonna make 1 progress. But rather than just making 1 here and deal with the burden each round, because there's 4 to go, how about we spend all 4 of these to make 1 progress to this conflict, because there's only 2. Or actually, I guess this is also 2, so we could do one or the other. In that case, let's discard the 4 and let's just take a look at the burdens, see which one's better. Or I should say worse. So this adds 1 flaw to our bag per the story tracker level. We're at level 1, so we'd only add 1 flaw. This is 1 flaw to your bag and 1 flaw to the discard pile. Okay, so that would be 2. So I guess we're gonna make progress to this one because that's less. So we're gonna indicate that we made 1 progress there by putting that little tile there. We have no more tiles to use. Oh, and you know what? I just realized it's fine for now, but I've been totally ignoring the abilities here, and I really need to take better advantage of that. We could be redrawing this entire time. But so far, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. It's not bad. That's okay. So getting back to this, we made a progress. This is an ending benefit, so we don't get to take advantage of it yet. But we do have to look at the burden and resolve it this turn because we only made partial progress, before completing it. So in that case, we have to add 1 flaw to our bag per the story tracker level. Story tracker's at 1, so we're adding 1 to our bag. To keep in mind too that now we're up to 6 flaws. That gives us only 4. If at any point we have the 10 flaws in our bag, like at the start of a round I should say, we're gonna lose the game. But for now we still got time. So that ends our turn. We still have at least 5 I can feel. So there might be more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna throw this one back in there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that one fell out. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. Okay, so we drew an antagonist tile. You can see it pop out right away. So again, if you forgot, here's our antagonist, the Red Queen. So again, yeah, we're playing as Captain Nemo and Frankenstein against kind of the Red Queen. So rather than Frankenstein's monster driving us nuts, it's going to be the Red Queen here. And she's saying, "Now off with their head." We drew an antagonist tile, and now we're going to have to discard a trait from our hand. So first we can discard this antagonist tile, and now we either have to get rid of willpower or intelligence. We made progress there. We need 2 willpower in order to make a progress, so maybe we'll get rid of intelligence. Yeah, because this one needs 2 intelligence also, so I'm going to get rid of that. These flaws didn't do anything for us. So we can't actually make any progress this turn. We just have 1 willpower. Keep it there. So now we can't make any progress towards anything. And in that case, all we can do now is just, again, resolve this burden. So we're going to add 1 more flaw to our bag. All right. And that's it. So let's give it a shake. Oh boy, one too many. All right, I think we got that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, not great. And now we drew 2 antagonists, which would mean we'd have to add this to one of the conflicts in order to give us, in order to make it have even 1 more progress. That's our other ability, send in the guards. But you know what? I'm going to use Captain Nemo's other ability. Oops. Calculated precision. Once per turn, so every time you draw it, you can return 1 to the bag and draw 1 replacement. So let's say this, we're going to throw this back in. We only have 1 other in there, so I don't know. It's a 50-50 if we draw the antagonist tile again. Hope not. But here we go. Okay, willpower. Excellent. All right, so let's get back to this. All right, so we still have to deal with just the 1 antagonist. That's going to force us to discard another trait. So we'll put that in the discard. The flaw can get discarded. And here we go. We have 1, 2, 3 willpower that we can use. We only need 2 to resolve this one, or make progress towards it, I should say. So that would basically get flipped over 2, 2, 2. So we completed this conflict, driven mad. We survived. We now can take advantage of the ending benefit. We can swap a discarded flaw with a core trait. All right, cool. Let me put that there. Discard a flaw. Swap a discarded flaw, for a core trait. That's great, actually, because we can add that back in. And one of the core traits right here, right? They're all right here. Just looking really quick at what we need. So composure, willpower, Yeah, endurance. Endurance would have been great, but it's kind of all widely scattered, so it doesn't... I don't know, you know, let's go for another might, because this one's got 4. So we're gonna put that in our discard. I still had this 1 willpower left over. Normally we'd be able to save it for the next turn, except we're basically out of tiles. We had 1 in there now, the antagonist one. So that completes the end of this round. So what we're gonna do is add all the tiles back to our bag. Anything that's not removed, I don't think we have to remove anything. Just, and you know what, these 2, I forgot. Okay, so we add them back in, and now we're gonna slide that up a level. Cool. Oh, geez, and we never, I could have used this that whole time to make it. I totally forgot. It's sometimes hard to talk and play at the same time, but we could have used that to resolve that one, darn. Okay, doesn't matter now. It's, you can't use it anymore. Okay, so we're at round 2. 3 conflicts to go. Doing pretty good. All right. Oh, and I just dropped one. Okay. So let's go. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what's a good way to tie break it. Okay. I'm just gonna redraw the whole thing. Yeah. All right. So 4 might and a flaw. That's awesome. We stacked up our bag with flaws. With mites. That flaw is gonna get discarded. But look, this one needs 1 might for progress required. So we just destroyed this card in 1 turn. That's really cool. So we're hunting the monster, right? We got it. Nemo, you did it. Kind of makes sense if you read the novel. He's pretty smart. But anyway. So in this case, we can get the benefit +3 any traits or remove all discarded flaws. Well, we only have 1 discarded flaw right now. So let's go with the any traits. So we can add any traits to our bag. This one needs composure or endurance. This one needs endurance, willpower, or brains. Why don't we add, I think we should, let's just add all 3 endurance. I don't know. Let's see. 3 endurance, okay. All right, so now we're down to 2. And I have to remember, I can redraw if I want to. I keep forgetting that as well. Just because we're talking and playing. All right, so we got 2 flaws, an antagonist, endurance, and intelligence. Let's get rid of the queen. Let's redraw this one. Put that down there. Just going back in the bag. Shuffle again. What do we got this time? Okay, willpower. Okay, cool. So look, we can make use these 2 to make 1 progress there. Let's just go for it. These 2 flaws are getting discarded. We have 1 intelligence. Can't do anything, so we're just gonna keep that for the next turn. All right, so we only made 1 progress. We got 3 to go. Let's see. The benefit, it's an ending benefit, so we won't get anything now. But the burden is remove 1 progress from another act of conflict. Perfect. We don't have any progress going on any other right here, so that's okay. So we don't have to do anything. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man. Just redrawing because I drew too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Oh. Oof. That's ugly. Okay. Even if I redraw, I'm gonna redraw 1 of them. Actually, I'm not, because then I can discard these 2. No matter what, right? I'm gonna have to deal with sending the card soldier. So something's gonna have to get an additional burden progress. So that's gonna go there. I'm gonna move these 2 because then I can discard them. I am gonna redraw this endurance though. So this flaw. Save that endurance. All right, let's see. I added 1 in, and I got another flaw. Okay, that gets discarded. All right, so now I have 2. I have to use them. I can only save. Actually, no, we're at story tracker 2, so I can save these 2. Yeah. So that's fine. All right, drawing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. So the flaw we can get rid of. Willpower and 2 willpower, endurance, and intelligence. Okay. We can use this to make another progress. And willpower and endurance, we save this one. We can use that to make another. That's the third. We completed this one. I'm gonna leave that intelligence there. Let's take a look. Now that we completed it, we can resolve the ending benefit. +3 any traits to your bag or draw up to 4 tiles immediately. Let me take a feel. We don't actually, I don't even think I have 4 tiles in this bag. So I'm gonna add any 3 traits to the bag. Why don't we add some more endurance? Assuming we have enough endurance. We'll go over here for a second. Endurance, endurance, perfect, okay. So here's our 3 endurance. And we can add it to our bag, which is great because that's gonna extend the round. All right, and we have these 2 that are unused, but that's okay because our story tracker's at 2, so we can carry over 2. All right, so I'm giving this a shake. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1 too many, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. All right. So, and these are left over. All right, so we have a flaw, which I can redraw. Resourcefulness. Now, the only thing we need are endurance or composure. So I'm gonna put this down here. I'm going to redraw one. Oh, it's still a flaw. Okay, I'm gonna discard that. So now we have actually like 6 to choose from. I can only keep 2 by the end of the turn. No composure, only 1 endurance. So what I'm going to do is just spend these 4, right? To make 1 progress. I'm gonna actually, it actually says, no, keep that there until we resolve it. So we made 1 progress, 2 more to go. But now we have to deal with the, oh, it's a starting benefit, okay. So I have these 2 here. Add 2 traits, any combination of willpower and endurance to your bag. We'll take some more endurance, yeah, because that's what we need to solve this one. So we get more endurance, okay. And then the burden is 1 flaw to your bag and 1 to the discard pile. Wow, okay. So that only leaves us with 2 to go before we would lose. So as good as it looks like we're doing right now, it's actually getting a little bit close. Okay, and I only have 2 left in my bag. So the round ends. Let's slide that up to 3. We're gonna add all of our unused and discarded traits back into our bag, which there's a ton of. So we don't have to worry about running out of time. We do have to worry about the flaws. Because with 2 left, yeah, we could lose this one. So we have to have a really good hand right now. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what do we need? We need 2 endurance. Oh boy. And oh boy. And we can make 1. We can discard these. So make 1 more progress. Just so I don't forget, we can. Wow. We can redraw 1, but because it's willpower, we didn't need that. No, yeah, nothing's gonna save us, I don't think. Let's redraw. Okay. Endurance. We needed 1 more. If we had 1 more, we could have actually won the game. But no, we did not, you know. It's too bad. So we actually lost this because the last 2, our character hit 10 flaws. So he's out of time. Captain Nemo became too flawed. The grief and guilt got to him, apparently. And the Red Queen, we could have won 2, but she sent in the card soldiers, which actually boosted the amount required by 1. So yeah, she kind of outsmarted us. She got us at the end. Card soldiers did it. Nemo, whose biggest flaw, ironically, caught up to him. The grief and guilt was too much. So we lost the game there by just 1 draw. I thought we actually had it won. But yeah, there you go. So that's Legends Unbound. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hope you got a good feel for the game. But yeah, thanks a lot. Bye.